Hello, CVSD. My name is Adam Bunting, and I am your superintendent. I am joined today by Katie Fraser from Charlotte Central School, doing our first ever CVSD Spotlight. Our goal in this series, if it continues beyond today, hopefully we do this well enough that people want to watch it.
Successful.
That it's successful, is just to highlight some of the amazing people that we have through CVSD and get to know each other. It's a big district, but one of the things that's really special is, despite it being big, we have these really strong connections with one another. So I am interviewing Katie today, and we have a series of questions.
Wonderful.
And I'm going to explain to Katie why we chose her to be our first interviewee shortly.
Awesome.
But the first question, our studio is located at CVU, and there is a right and wrong answer to this question.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Oh, good. No pressure.
So being at CVU is important because years ago when I was principal here, we banned candy corn. And so the first question is, it's October, it's fall, are you a candy corn person or an anti-candy corn person? Because there's no in between. You either love it or hate it. This interview might be cut short depending on this answer.
Oh no, okay. You love candy corn, don't you?
No,
you
I
hate it?
candy corn. It's trash. It's wax.
I have a memory of being at central office, and you know what? I remember the opposite of what happened. You had a bag of it.
Yes.
Somebody brought it in.
Yeah, I was being mocked.
Oh, that's it. Okay. So the memory that stuck with me was, oh, he must really love that, but I missed the joke.
Yeah.
I get that now. Okay. I'm not a super sweet person. I'm more of a chocolate savory.
Okay.
So I would eat one to just to get in the spirit of things, but I'm not the biggest fan. Right. So I'm kind of more team. No.
Well,
I'm with you.
I think this gets to why you were chosen.
Thank you.
Because I gave you kind of a binary response of you either hate it or you don't.
Yeah.
But you were chosen for this interview because your colleagues described you as, in fact, not just your colleagues, everyone seems to love you and respect you and admire you and say how amazing you are, not just with students, but with kind of everybody in the community, and that you bring an incredible skill and gravity to your work, but just a real kindness also. So my first question is, why does everybody love you?
And
I'm sorry for making you cry. I didn't mean to do that.
That means
This is
a
what
lot.
I do to nice people. I make them cry.
That really means a lot. You have no idea. I have
You don't
no
have
idea.
to answer that. Why?
I just feel really lucky to be surrounded by incredible people.
Yeah.
At work all day, and in my life, friends. I feel really lucky. I have an amazing village, both professionally and personally. So I think I am a product of all the people I spend my time with. That's
really cool.
Yeah.
So the first real question, because I knew it's impossible, that's why everyone loves you, is so who is someone, since your colleagues were talking about how inspiring you are to them, who's someone that's inspiring you right now, or who is someone that inspired you in the past to move towards education? Do you have a favorite teacher? Anything along those lines?
It's funny because I don't I have my fifth grade teacher growing up. I just remember the way she made me feel, and I felt supported in that class. I hated school when I was a kid, actually, and that's the reason why I became a teacher. I want to create a space where kids feel seen, loved, belong, respected, and can just thrive and be their best selves. And when it comes to who inspires me at CCS, so many. I can't think of just one, but I do have totally students. But I thought about colleague-wise. I was teammates with Dave Baird and Angie Morn for many years in fifth grade, and the way they prioritize fun and relationships is something that, as a team, I carry that with me now wherever I go. Student-centered. Where's the joy? Where's the fun? And then Heidi Hustis, our school librarian, is incredible, constantly being innovative and creating a space where all kids feel so loved and respected to come in and ask all the questions and find the best book. And she does the most creative ways to like, engage kids with books. And she overhauled our whole library, got rid of the Dewey Decimal System, and I had to ask her what it was called, because I'm like, did you create this? And she did her research. It's called the Franken-Dewey System, just to create a more inclusive way for kids to be able to access books and create space for more voices. And it's just, she inspires me all the time.
Not to get too personal here.
Yeah.
But what was it
I'm
about?
an open book.
And then I want to talk about Dave Barrett for a second.
Yeah.
But like, so what did you not like about school? Like what for you made that really hard?
Well, I moved a lot growing up. So now being an educator, I know what that's like when you have a new student and they don't have that historical knowledge. So I moved from going into 2nd grade all the way till 7th grade is when we settled in Queensbury, New York. So I know learning to read was hard for me when I was like in those, crucial foundational K2 years. I just have memories of still learning my vowel sounds in 2nd grade. Yeah. So not then arriving to new schools, 5 places in 5 years, I think I was that new kid and teachers didn't know enough information and probably I didn't get the support I needed. And so I had to work really hard and I built skills and strategies to figure it out. But I never want to be that, I guess knowing that is something I carry with me, and I'm just so mindful, making sure that every kid in my class, because I think I was a quiet, well-behaved kid, I don't ever want that quiet, well-behaved kid to never get their needs met.
That's awesome. Little point of connection, I too struggled to read, and I think later became an English teacher because it made me so angry to have to go to school after school.
And I hated reading when I was a kid. It wasn't until becoming an adult where I found books that I loved, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Now I know. And my students, anyone who's had me knows this about me. I'm very honest with my students about this.
Well, coming back, you mentioned Dave Barrett, and I just wanted to show you, I got the coolest email because he's coaching cross country at CVU right now.
Yes.
And he was just saying, it was so excited last weekend that a race director came up to him and said, CVU is sort of known for how competitive it is, but we're one of the only teams in the state that has that is inclusive enough, that has students on it who require support runners to run with them throughout the races, and like that his biggest point of pride was that team represents kind of our whole community and how important that is. So I was just an email that made me happy.
He's so impressive.
All right, so let's move.
When he was at CCS.
Let's move to our next question. You used a phrase before, when we were chatting, before we started this interview, you said that one of the things that got you into education was seeing the dignity in every person.
Yes.
And that made me think of like the phrase like unconditional positive regard.
Yes.
Can you talk about, just kind of briefly, what that value is to you?
I think what that means is every interaction I have with a student, whether they're having their best day or their worst moment, right? Like there's something behind that, and just knowing that everyone is good inside, and knowing that, whatever is causing them to maybe not get their thoughts down on their paper or the screen, or their, whatever behavior we might be seeing in that moment is communication. And they're a good person who's maybe having a hard moment, but with that relationship, can help get them the support they need. I truly, and that's another thing I communicate with my students is like, all people are good inside. Are there people who make bad choices in life? Yeah, absolutely. But there's a reason behind that that's caused them to get to where they are today. But every human being is good inside. So you can always find the good.
Yeah, thanks for that. The longer I'm in education, the more I recognize how our identities as humans are formed by the way we see ourselves reflected in others.
Yes.
And it's really important.
Yeah, and just I hope my students leave my class feeling a sense of that they carry with them in their life. I don't expect them to remember all the, content, or, I hope they remember those skills and pieces that Moving.
Just so you know, there are announcements going on. We're just going to plow right through this. You just ignore that.
Exactly.
We're teachers. We got this.
We got this. I just need to remember my thought. That they have the skills to find common ground with other people.
That's huge. Yeah.
Part of our classroom, I don't do the traditional classroom agreements, classroom norms, classroom expectations. We spend the first 2 weeks of school spending time building our classroom brave space.
Oh, cool.
And I use the 4 agreements for courageous conversations to do that, to help students make sense of that in in our 4th grade classroom. What does that mean for a 4th grader to speak your truth, to stay engaged, to experience discomfort, to expect and accept non-closure? And as a result of that foundation, they can have those hard conversations or work through those disagreements from recess. And hopefully when they're in college, have little pieces of that from my class many years ago.
Maybe we can build some community, state, and countrywide agreements that are similar.
Please.
Okay, so what might people not know about you? Or what do you do, and what do you do for fun?
Oh, yeah.
I know yoga is important to you.
Yeah, so
Pottery?
Yeah, I love to make pottery. When I can find the time or get in that lottery at Burlington City Arts or need to find another clay studio, I love to throw on the wheel pots. And then I go to Queen City Yoga and Fitness. I don't know. So yes, they have hot yoga classes, but my favorite are the HIIT classes. They're called Inferno HIIT. So imagine hot, 90+ degree room, dark, fun music, lights, very sweaty.
Yeah. That is fun.
It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. We can shout out Wilson Hot Yoga. My friend Kira Cryer does that in Williston, which is
amazing. I'm sure it's great there.
Yeah. No, they're both great. We're advertising for everybody. Okay, you are really a nice person.
I hope
so. Let's get to the dark side of Katie Fraser. What's a pet peeve?
Oh.
What annoys you?
Should have called James, my husband. Oh, goodness.
Wait, you're not saying he's your pet peeve.
No. He just knows all of them. He could list all of them.
Okay, so
I have plenty of small things at home. A wet towel being left on the floor.
No,
goodness. So I do a lot of the laundry for my family. I'm a mom I have 2 boys, a 9-year-old and 7-year-old, and socks. If we could just take the sock, pull from the toe, and it's not in a ball. When you do a lot of laundry, it's bundled up. It doesn't get washed. So everybody has pet peeves.
Yeah.
Got a few of them.
Okay, all right. That's as deep as we're going to go to the dark side. When is the last time you laughed really hard? And maybe even in the classroom.
Yeah. So, just this morning, and being a mom of 2 boys, I lean into the humor in the classroom. We were playing a game after a morning meeting this morning, and what was so cool is it was my student that really was struggling to write his narrative story during writing class recently, and he wanted to be the narrator, which is a storyteller, for the game. And his story was hysterical. All of us were just laughing along with him. And his storytelling, it was so exciting. I'm thinking to myself, here's my student who's having such a hard time. So I got to circle back with him after. I'm like, see? You are an amazing storyteller.
You might watch this.
That brought I'll be sure to show him. That brought some amazing laughter. And then and him and a few other kids recently were just fooling around. Imagine a hoodie sweatshirt, legs through the arms, right? Yeah. And in that position in our classroom, and where maybe some teachers would be like, what are you doing?
Right.
I just leaned into it and couldn't help but, I hope he didn't fart in that pocket. You're going to have to deal with that all day. And I guess I just lean into it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good laugh.
Only a couple more questions.
Mm-hmm.
What's something you worry about? Like finish a day of work and you go home and you're like, ugh, like this is
I mean,
stressing me out.
the world is heavy. There's a lot, I think, that I could say. I think big picture wise, like due to like the state of our country, back to that like common ground, I want to make sure, and like not only my students, but my own kids, that we're creating a community, a culture where we can have productive conversations and make progress. And it feels like right now that feels really hard when you read the news. I also, I am feeling the significant reduction in our resources. I have 24 students. My teammate has 25. So we have fairly decent sized classes this year. And, meeting all of our students' needs with the reduction in resources is a lot. It's hard. So there's no doubt many days it just feels we're doing everything we can, but it feels like a lot. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing everything you can.
Thank you.
All right, so last question
Yeah.
is, it's a good thing you brought up resources.
Yes.
If you had no limits on resources, you could take your students anywhere, do anything, like what would it be if you had that opportunity?
So we do a pretty big American history unit in 4th grade. So if I could hop everybody on an airplane and bring them, I got to do the Teacher Institute at Colonial Williamsburg right before the pandemic in 2019, and that was incredible. I would love to all just immerse them into the history there and at Jamestown, and just like, it's just so cool to walk there where there was so much history, and be surrounded by interpreters. So that would be like my pie in the sky 4th grade dream, I think. But a practical dream that I have would be to have an unlimited budget to be able to bring in or use like community resources.
Yeah.
So like we have Clemens Family Farm right down the road from us, and I've reached out to them many times, and it is funding, it's resources to be able to like do artists in residency, have them come in. I would love to have like a built-in embedded, this is part of our practice every year. When you're in 4th grade, you get to do this, like work with various community resources, and not just be like a one-off thing. Like this is, during this unit, we get to work with Clemens Family Farm. During this unit, we get to work and do this innovative engineering project with Echo Center. Just like all beyond the field trip, just like integrated into the classroom.
That's great.
Yeah, that's my
All
dream.
right. I have to thank Ken and Gary, by the way, who set this
Thank you,
whole
Ken
thing
and
up.
Gary.
And Tyler Cohen, our communication manager,
Thanks.
wanted to make sure that we flip the tables a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you have he said I should ask you if you have a question that you want to ask me before we wrap up.
Well, you answered. I mean, it truly was, I'm so honored to be here at this table. And I went into this thinking like, why me? How did I get here? So it was this big mystery. Clearly you had some way of inquiring in finding me. So that was my biggest question. So I'm just sitting here with so much gratitude. So I really appreciate you taking the time. I am one of many. I feel so lucky to work in this district and be surrounded by so many incredible colleagues. So.
Norman to the
And we have the announcements. Perfect time to wrap it up.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank
Adam.
you.
Appreciate it.